it's Watson. I just want to do a little bit of a hair update, even though I know nobody probably gives a shit. But it's my channel, so I want to post it anyway. So yeah, last time you saw me, if I post this after my Tana Mojo video, I was blonde, and in the back I look like a My Little Pony mess. Also, don't mind my voice, it's fucked, not gonna explain why, but yeah. So basically, I went from looking like a blonde My Little Pony to this pastel goth lilac kind of thing. Yeah. It took a lot of effort to get here because I started out with like pinkish hair because I tried to get lilac at first, but the person who was dyeing my hair didn't know what they were doing whatsoever. So it ended up looking like kind of like pinkish, like a light maroon pink, because they used a purple dye, but the purple dye had pink undertones. And so they mixed it with a bunch of conditioner and then put it on my head, and I washed it out, and it looked like basically just like they took out all the purple of the violet that I like, violet hair that I bought, and it just kind of like ended up looking like a light pink, or like I don't know what color is best to describe it, but it was basically like a darkish maroony pink, and it looked nice because it was like mainly like the bottom portion of my hair, but again it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and so it just kind of, it looked nice but not what I wanted. I wanted something like this, you know. And because I didn't get the pastel haircut because the person that I was buying it with basically told me, oh yeah, don't get pastel haircuts, they don't work. My hairdresser told me never to try them out because they're rubbish and they don't work whatsoever. But yeah, it didn't turn out lilac, so that started fading out into like a pastel pink-ish, like pastel pink hair, which I liked, but I kind of wanted to change, so I started with blue, and then we dyed my hair blue, Blue Envy, I think by Splat. And again, the person that was dyeing it did not know what they were doing, so we did the whole thing. And it looked alright, I thought, and so I kept that for months and months and months. I kept the hair for months, like on end, because I can keep hair dye for a really long time, and blue takes a while to fade, especially since she didn't bleach it evenly. She like concentrated all the bleach in like a certain portion, and then by the time she went to the next portion, it like ran out, and I was using Splat Blue Envy, and for the first time I used Splat like Violet Dreams or some bullshit like that. Yeah, it was blue, liked it, started growing out. I had a bunch of roots. The roots were like this long, like there was a lot of roots, and I was cool with that. I don't mind roots in my hair, but you know, I wanted to change it again because I've had blue hair for like 3 or 4 months basically, which is a long time to keep a hair color. And I wanted to get it out, but the thing with blue is that it's really hard to get blue or green hair dye out of like your head. If you bleach your hair and then dye it blue, it will stay for a long ass time, and it'll take a while to get it out. So I waited for it to fade, but again, it was dyed unevenly because it was bleached unevenly, because the friend who dyed my hair was dyeing my hair on acid. Which is never a good idea. Do not dye your hair when you're on acid or shrooms or any hallucinogen or really anything, because it'll fuck it up, as it did, consequently. Yeah, and so the back was like really blue, and like this side was as well, and this side was just like really like faded, like it looked like I was blonde but I went swimming because it was kind of greenish, you know what I mean? And so then I decided I want to change it, and I've been asking my mother if we could like dye it for another time, and she says I really want to wait to dye your hair again, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she agreed because I was hanging out with a friend whose father did not want me hanging out with them, and so I went to hang out with them, and then she told me that, yeah, my dad told my grandpa to look out for a girl with blue hair because we had like a rough incident that her dad did not want me like being around her anymore. I'll make a video on that later. So he told her grandpa to look out for a girl with blue hair, and there's only like 2 girls with blue hair in this town, so I thought that was kind of funny. And then I told my mother in the car on the way back, I was like, yeah, her dad told her grandpa to look out for a girl with blue hair. And so in that moment she was like, well, why don't we go to the CVS and get some hair dye and bleach it and like dye it? And I'm like, okay, because now she was on board, I guess. But yeah, so we went to CVS, we bought a bunch of bleach, and then we bought this color. And so we tried bleaching the blue out the first time because, again, blue takes a long ass time to get out of your hair. It like clings to hair like it's life. Blue, I think, and green are some of the hardest colors to get out of your hair, so we just thought, let's bleach it. And my hair is bleached over like 3 times, but it still feels pretty healthy. I think it's because I wash my hair. I don't wash my hair that often, like for hair dye reasons. I shower all the time, but I do not wash my hair that often because it's like, I like to keep hair dye for a long time. And it's just kind of a habit that I've gotten into because my hair has gotten used to being washed like really like not very frequently, so the oils kind of, I think, keep it pretty healthy. It retains a lot of like natural oils and stuff, and so my hair doesn't get out damaged. And so we tried bleaching it the first time, and most of the color was kind of brought out, but it brought out a lot of the color. So instead of just being like an uneven blue, it was like blue and pink and like dark, and it was like really like I felt like a My Little Pony. I think I showed you in the Den Emoji video. You'll see how it looked like in that one. But yeah, and so I decided I cannot put a pastel color over that because it'll like, pastel colors are super light and they either will not cling to hair that's like a darker color, or it'll look really shit because it won't cover anything because it's not that dark. And so I got another box of bleach, and then I bleached it the second time, and the second time it got most of the stuff out, and most of the hair color that I had was like bluish and pink, and it basically just ended up looking like really pastel. And so I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's slap the color of it tonight, because I really just wanted to get it over and done with, because I've been through this process like twice in the night. I bleached it twice, and it still wasn't like blonde white, and I did not want to bleach it a third time, because that would be bleaching my entire head 5 times ever, which you should never do. Do not bleach your head 5 times. But that's what I did, and my hair is still like pretty fine. My hair does not feel fried whatsoever. It feels like normal hair. I don't know how. I think it's because, again, when you wash your hair less frequently, your hair gets like more oils into it, you know? And so it's healthier because it's not constantly dried out from shampoos and stuff, which I like, and I do for that reason mainly. But yeah, and I thought that it was pastel. Colors that I had in my hair at that time were pastel, and I was alright with it, and I thought, you know, they're pastel, I'm putting pastel over it, it might just like look like highlights or something, it'll blend in really easily. And so I did, I slapped the color over it, and even though the instructions say to wait 17 days after bleaching your hair, and I bleached it twice in like a space of 2 nights, and I thought, fuck it, let's just slap a color over it. So I did, I slapped, I think it was like a L'Oreal Lavender Dusk, I think is the name of the hair dye. I don't have the box with me because I threw it away. But yeah, I dyed it Lavender Dusk, and it actually looks alright. Like the back is pretty nice. See, it's like a good color, you know. It's not like that like intense. It's not that. It covered up most of like the blue and the pink, if you can see the back. I don't know if I'm showing this to you right. The other side would be better, but like, you see, it's like pastel. It's like nice. And I kind of wanted to go for that because this was the color that I was originally after. To be honest, I was after a bit more of like a lilac, like that was like had more blue tones in it, and this has more like pink tones. But I'm alright with it. I like it. Like I said, I wanted a hair color more like this, but it's like this, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with pastel because I've always wanted to have like a pastel goth style. I'm wearing like my thrift store DM ripoffs. My actual DMs are in storage right now, unfucking fortunately, because DMs would look great with this, and some suspender lilac skirt and the Johnny Cash black tank top. So yeah, I think I finally achieved what I would have wanted when I was back in Kinchcombe uniform school. Oh, fun times, Kinchcombe. I have so many story times from Kinchcombe. Get ready. Get ready for a fuck ton of Kinchcombe story times. Lilac took a grueling effort. But to be honest, I think it only took a grueling effort because I had a bunch of hair dye in there before and I had to get all that out first, and it was blue, which is the hardest color to get out, and there was pink underneath the blue as well from when I dyed it pink, so it was a fuck ton of hair color to get out. You know, but it looked alright in the end. I think it doesn't look that even, but that's alright. I mean, I kind of want like a multi-tone thing most of the time, so I like how it looks. And yeah, I thought that would just be a real quick hair update because I tend to change my hair not that often, but when I do, it looks good. I like to assume. I might not be right. I have no idea. But yeah, I better go because you're probably not interested in this. I don't know why you're watching this if you're on my channel. This has nothing to do with my channel's content. But to be completely honest, I don't really know what my channel's content is. It's not like normal average. I have one type of content. I do like a lot of content, which I know isn't good for your algorithm. You need to be like a content creator of a specific content, but like fuck the YouTube algorithm. I want to put out what I want to put out, and I'm sorry for that ramble, little mini rant, but yeah. So hair update. I don't want to be Eugenia Cooney repeating myself 20 times in the same video, but yeah, I like it, and sorry for the lack of makeup. I woke up like this, literally. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Watson signing off.